If you're looking to get some good sound out of your Rodecaster Duo or your Rodecaster Pro, Pro 2, whatever's out there, with the mic that you have and you're a little lost or a little confused, I've got something for you. If you're interested in that, stick around. So recently on a live broadcast that I do with Kevin over at Back to the Retro Review, we had a person in the chat. They have a channel called, I think it's Pigtown Sports. Let me just double check that. I keep forgetting it because it's new to me. So I've got to like make sure. Yep, Pigtown Sports, and he does like sports talk. He talks about like sports news and stuff like that, different things. I'm not a sports guy, so I don't want to misword the things, but I went and took a look at his channel. Great setup, great audio, good visuals, and he gave us a little tip on how to help dial in your settings on the Rodecaster Duo, and it was pretty amazing. So what he did was he took a raw audio file with his microphone, so I'm assuming no processing, that's how I did it, recorded a raw audio file, just a short piece, and he dropped that file into ChatGPT and then gave it the instructions of basically giving him the setting, asking it for the settings that are best suited for his voice on that microphone, and he wanted them in the advanced processing settings. So I did that. Me and Kevin both do it. We're ecstatic about this. We both checked it out. So this is the Rode NT3, no processing. This is what it sounds like. So I'm gonna give you a little taste of what I did, and I'll go ahead and jump into the Rodecaster to show that off to you, and let's do that right now. All right, so in here, in the Rodecaster Duo, you can go into this little sprocket underneath your microphone, and it will open up your settings for your audio processing and your gain, and you can choose the different profiles. So you can see here, I'm in the condenser profile, and I have no processing turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I made. So this is what it sounds like. This is the one that I made for this microphone. So this is the sound of the Rode NT3 with no processing, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on, I'm going to make sure I've got my preset on. All right, Rode NT3, I named it GPT so that I would know that was the one I got from GPT. Let's turn that on. And this is how it's going to sound after using the suggested settings that ChatGPT told me to use. Now these are not written in stone. You can go in still and change whatever you want to change. I did go in and change the noise gate just a little. I wanted to make it as less artificial as possible. And then I went in here. So the drive is at 15.9%. I like it a little higher. So I'm going to bump that up. And now we're at 30%. So you can see I still have all the clarity, all the crisp details are there, the nuances there. Everything's still there that I used in that raw file, that analyzed file from ChatGPT, except now I've added a little bit more of the bottom end. And you can go through and just adjust everything in any way you want. I left everything pretty much the same way it suggested. Here's your EQ. Your compressor, there's your compressor, there's your noise gate, and it's very minimal. So it didn't do a whole lot of adjustments. If you notice, a lot of stuff is turned way down, if not all the way down. De-esser, same thing. The attack, the release, it's making everything really just barely adjusting it. And there's the high pass filter. It suggested a frequency of 80, and it wouldn't let me go to 80, so I settled with 79. So I can either get 82.7, 80.6. We'll go with that, 80.6. So this is what it suggested. I think this is a really cool way to, especially if you're not real educated yet on the Rodecaster products, and you want to dial in your sound and get a little bit better audio and like change things, but you don't want to change too much. You don't want to go too harsh. You don't want that fake sound. I think I deleted the old NT3 setting that I had in here. Let me just take a look. Let's go in here. We'll go to presets. Yeah. Oh, no. Here's my old one. All right. So we'll go ahead and listen to that. Okay. This is the old NT3 preset that I had. I mean, this I think sounds good also, but it's very heavy, very bassy. And something like this, you wouldn't want to talk for too long. I imagine people's ears would kind of get tired of this. Really cool stuff. All right, so let's jump into ChatGPT and I'll show you exactly what I put in and what it did and how it spits it out. So here we are in ChatGPT. And so the first prompt that I used was a pretty lengthy one. Let me scroll back up because you can see I've been messing around with it quite a bit. This is all just in the processing. All right, so here is the first prompt that I put, and I went really, really, descriptive, told it everything that I wanted. You're welcome to screenshot that and use it. Maybe change it up a little, let it know what microphone you're using. I gave it some ideas because, it prior had given me some numbers and things that weren't in there. So the more you teach it, the more it knows. All right, so once I did that, it took a while. Now that I've gotten that in there, I can redo this on other mics and it's relatively fast. And that will spit out what it suggests for your high pass filter, what it suggests for, all this stuff. This was the first time I did it. Let me go down to the bottom one. So this is the last one that I did. All right, and it gives it in order, which I put it in there in order. I asked it for this, the high pass, the de-esser. So you can see it tells you, set it at 80 Hertz, de-esser, set your frequency at 6300, set your threshold at -30, ratio 3:1. It's telling you exactly what to do to get a sound that's best suited for your voice. And then it tells you why. Look at the top. For the high pass filter, it says why. Cleans up sub bass and rumble while preserving the NT3's natural low mid warmth. I mean, this is good stuff for people that don't know a whole lot about it. And I'm not insulting anybody because I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So this is very helpful. The de-esser. Do all these things. Why? Softens crisp S sounds that the NT3 tends to emphasize without dulling top end clarity. Noise gate. Do all this. Why? Gently silences background during pauses while maintaining a natural flow. I just love the fact that it's telling you why, giving you suggestions. And again, none of this is a Bible. Use it if you want, and then tweak it, change it to a sound that you like, make it you. But there's a really good foundation right here with ChatGPT. Going along, compressor. Did I skip one? Noise gate? No, not really. I mean, you can see there's all the numbers it suggests you to use for everything that's inside of there. Compressor tells you everything there. Why? Balances your vocal dynamics and gives a polished on-air sound without sounding overly squashed. See, that's another thing I didn't want to do. I didn't want to crunch it down too much and make it not the microphone. I want whatever microphone I'm using, I want to still sound like I'm using that microphone. Equalizer gave me the suggestions. I will say this, it makes me want to run the high bell all the way to the top, and which is fine. It's working, but I could adjust that if I wanted to and tweak it some more. There's the equalizer. Exciter gives me all the suggestions. Why? Boost vocal clarity and bottom end presence for a crisp yet full broadcast tone. This is pretty neat. And then it tells you, it says right here, like this preset will give your Rode NT3 a balanced, articulate, and professional tone, ideal for podcasting or streaming. It takes full advantage of the NT3's clean capture while enhancing presence and smoothing out the edges, whatever. Really cool stuff, really amazing stuff. I'll put it up there one more time if you wanna check it out and try it yourself. I would like to give credit to Pigtown. I keep forgetting it. Pigtown Sports. Good Lord, I'm bad. It's not you, it's me. Give credit to him. But then, like I said, I went and kind of like changed it up a little bit. Made sure that it knew that the EQ, how it was laid out. I listed everything in order so that when it spits it out, it gives it to me in order, and I could just sit there and go step by step right through the. Matter of fact, we'll take another look at that and go step by step right through each one of these things. All right. Oh, I turned off the high pass filter. Oops. But there you go. I mean, it's just going step by step through everything, letting you know what to do. Do I have it? Oh, that's the old one. Okay, let me go back to the new one. There we go. There's the new one. Big difference. Not as bassy. Maybe I should have went back to this sooner. But you can add more bass. You can add more bottom end anytime you want. Do what you want to do. But now you've got a foundation to learn from. And I think that's pretty cool. So, I mean, that's basically all I had for this. If you got something out of it, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, you can do that too. And while you're doing that, click that little bell so you get a little notification every time I upload new content. I do gear reviews about microphones, boom arms, accessories in here, lights, and then sometimes I find stuff like this. I do a tutorial about it. Teach somebody something that I learned that I thought was pretty cool. I just learned this like literally yesterday, so I am not a pro. I'm not claiming to be, but I like to do this thing. I like to make this content, and I love messing with audio gear. So if you do too, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I put new stuff up. And that's all I've got for it. So for the Rode NT3 and the Rodecaster Duo with ChatGPT settings, I'm out.